it's Cara. I'm back with a little Top Up Tuesday video. So today I'm decorating the top of this wooden box. This is just a box from, it's called a shop called The Works here in the UK. They do like these wooden boxes and they are like balsa wood, I believe. So I'm just covering the very top of the box with a quite a sort of healthy layer of gesso. Because the paint will sink into this wood, and I just wanted to make sure that my colours didn't sink in, so I'm kind of putting an under layer on of the gesso. I'm really sorry about the video keep zooming in and out. I think the table that I'm using, it's my dad's table here in the UK, and it's quite wobbly, and so it bounces up and down a lot, so I'm really sorry about that. I think this will be my last video in the UK anyway, so I'll be back to my regular table. What I have done is use some green frog tape to mask off a little sort of border around the edge here, so that when I peel the tape off, I've got a nice little border, and I think I'm going to kind of outline that with black, but let's see how it goes. So these are my three colours from Paper Artsy. One is Shutters, one is Cerulean, and one is Caribbean Sea. And the other one, can't quite remember the name of that. I have to have a look back and make sure I put it in the description for you. All I'm doing is using a dry-ish brush to kind of smear this paint on. I love the look it gives me in my journals, so I figured I would do it on the top of this box. So I'm just going in with the lightest colour first, then I've got the mid-tone blue, and now I'm going in with the darker blue. Just kind of filling up most of that space. I don't mind a little bit of that white showing through, but I don't want sort of big patches of white. I didn't really have an idea where this was going. I was just going to do this blue painting, add some splatters, and then kind of put a black outline around it. But as I was painting, I found some stamps that I'd forgotten I had. So I do add those in a little bit later. So as I said, I'm just going to go along here and cover the box, and then here you see me splattering with, I believe it's the mid-tone blue that I'm using, which I think it might be Cerulean, it might be the Deep Sea, I'm not really sure at this time. And then I grab my white Posca paint pen and add some splatters, which I love the sort of organic splatter you get with that Posca pen. So as you can see, I am drying in between the layers because I do plan to add a little bit of stenciling, just to kind of give the background a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit visual extras. And as you can see, because I'm stenciling, the table wobbles like mad. And that is my temporary stand wobbling there. My camera stand in Morocco is a lot more sturdy, so I'm really sorry for the shaking. So just use this cheap stencil. It's these like circular sections in one of the blues. I believe that's the Deep Sea blue. Oh, sorry, that's the Shutters blue. And then I go in with the Deep Sea blue with this little brick stencil. These are the only two stencils I have here in the UK. So pretty limited to what I've got for this last week until I get back to Morocco. So yeah, just a little bit of stenciling in three sections, just like I would do in my journals. And drying them off again, so that I can then, well, I thought what I was going to do was just take that off until I found these stamps. So now what I'm doing to the side, which you can't see, sorry about that, is just prepping my stamps. So there's these like little flowery stamps. That one didn't stamp quite as well as I wanted, but I do go in with a black pen later to just sort of fill in what I didn't have on the stamp pad. I'm just again doing little sections of frieze, using all the different stamps in the set, just to give something, you know, some interest onto the box there. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just going in with the little stamps. These are just a cheap stamp set from Amazon, as were the two stencils were from Temu, but this stamp set is just a cheap one from Amazon. I think it was called something like Wildflowers. Yeah, and it's very cheap. It was about £3 or something. So I'm just using it to add some interest to the bottom of this box. As you can see, I am keeping my flowers in odd numbers, which is something I do. A lot of artists do, but I feel like I do it all the time without really realising. So I've done 3 of each of the kind of bloomy flowers, and then these dotty ones have got 5 and I believe 7 of the little ones, maybe even more than that. I think I count 9 in fact. So yeah, just drying that off, and then I'm going to use pen to just add in that tiny little bit, there we are, that I messed up, and extend one of the stems, I believe, with that pen. I think here I am colouring in a bit I missed. Oh, there we go. So I extend them down to where I can see the tape is. And now, just as I'm drying, I think I'll go in with maybe a bit of black splatter. Yeah, so that's my 5M black Posca pen. And rather than flicking it like I did with the white to get those organics, I've just tapped that with something to get a little bit of black splatter, because I didn't want it to be overpowering. However, I wanted some black to tie in with the flowers. And now I'm just using the heat tool to heat up the sticky tape, just to help that remove. Now at the bottom there, you can't probably see it, but I'm going to go along now because there was some sticky residue left on the box. So if you just heat that up and rub it with your finger, it will come off. So this is pretty much my box finished. I think I go around the edge with a black pen. In fact, I'm pretty sure I grab out my Posca and do a couple of shaky lines around the whole design just to finish it off. So let's just see. Yep, so there's my black Posca pen again. It's the 5M, just holding it right at the end so that I get sort of sketchy lines. And that's the box done. So I hope you like this little top up. Every now and then I do a flick through or something different on a Tuesday, and it goes live at 1 p.m. That is Moroccan time, so Western European time. But I also go live every Friday at 5 for your Friday Artscape. Oh, there I'm telling you that I'm just going to cover it in matte medium to seal it all in. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.